Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it, and now you shall receive. That's right, we're back here on Arkham Knight, trying to beat all the side missions without encountering that damn man-bat jump scare. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, you should definitely go check that out first. It should be in the recommended below this video, or you can just go click on my channel. It's one of the most recent uploads I got. Let's get into this though and start knocking out these side missions. Oh, and leave a like if you can. Or don't, I don't give a fuck. So I figured the best way to start this would be by knocking out the quickest side missions first, you know, the ones with only a few objectives. So first things first, we're gonna go save Jack Ryder.
Who dares disrupt this ritual?
Batman, is that you? Get me out of here!
Jack Ryder, is that you? Go fuck yourself! This is actually one of the simpler side missions in the game. It's basically just a big old gang fight, which I'll always accept in a Batman game, and then you just gotta power down the electricity that Blackfire has and save Ryder. Next up, we were gonna head to Wayne Tower and save Lucius from Hush, but on the way there we came across one of these militia firearm things, you know, everyone's favorite side mission in the game, so I figured I would take these out as I came across them. So after taking out 25 militia tanks, we head down to Wayne Tower to save Lucius from Hush. And I gotta be honest, this is the most disappointing side mission in the entire series for me, only because after Arkham City there was so much hype for Hush to be a main villain, or even a side villain in the game of some sorts, but then they just completely throw him away for a one-clip side mission where you just slam him through a table. Hey Bruce, I know he took your face and stuff, but he's dead! You killed him! Next up, I figured I'd start searching for Azrael and knocking out his side missions, but something happened as I was searching. I'm not 100% sure if seeing Man-Bat in that situation deactivates the ability to get the jump scare, but I'm not trying to find out either by just grappling on to every building I see. So we're going to continue this challenge as if nothing happened, which I mean technically nothing has happened. I haven't got jump scared, I just saw him flying in the air, so we're going to move on as if everything is normal. Next up, we're going to start knocking out the Two-Face bank robbery missions, which as far as the Man-Bat challenge goes, it can't be activated once you've entered the banks, of course, but as a side mission itself, I've always enjoyed these ones because anything that puts you into a stealth scenario in these games, I'm always down for. I'm starting to realize that a play-by-play isn't the best way to do this video, so I think we should break this down into the side mission segments themselves of how hard they are for the Man-Bat challenge, and I'm just going to rank the side missions because I do have a lot to say about most of these. So first we're going to start it out with the Armed and Dangerous side mission, and as far as the Man-Bat challenge goes, it's pretty easy to avoid because you're just in the Batmobile obviously, but as a side mission itself, I feel like this is what an essential Batmobile side mission is supposed to be, a chase sequence that utilizes the weapons in your car to stop the enemy, and you have to dodge out of the way of their rockets. Plus, I love sideswiping the enemies that they send after you. Just throwing them into a wall, getting that slow motion sequence is so nice. Next up, we're going to go over the Firefly side mission, which is just another Batmobile chase sequence, so as far as our challenge goes, it's super easy to avoid. But I have this one ranked lower than the Armed and Dangerous side mission because you don't actually have to worry about attacking Firefly. You just need to keep up with him until he literally burns himself out, and I find dodging his attacks are way easier than dodging the missile from the cars. And this fight was just done better in Arkham Origins already, so this is kind of a letdown. The Penguin side missions were actually a lot easier than I thought they were going to be when we did the main story portion of this video, mostly because you can just stand on top of a building or something and watch them pull up to wherever they're going. I also just love that this side mission lets you play as Nightwing, and him being my favorite DC character, I usually never switch back to Batman during these segments. It is a little disappointing that you can't free roam with this character like you could with Catwoman in Arkham City, or really that you can't free roam with anybody outside of Batman, but I guess it's still a nice touch. Fuck me, did they disrespect him in this side mission though, because not only does he get captured by the fucking Penguin once, but he gets captured twice, and at least it leads to Batman Batista bombing the everlasting shit out of him. I'm a bit conflicted on the Azrael portions of this game. As far as our challenge goes, it's real easy. You just gotta hit all the train lines while you search for them. But he's similar to Hush because there was a lot of hype and questions around where his story was going to go after Arkham City, and this was my first introduction to Azrael, so I was pretty intrigued. But then you get to Arkham Knight and it's just do some AR challenges. I do enjoy the story aspects of this character and how he's basically molded himself to be the next Batman, but he's also been brainwashed to secretly want to kill him, and I do like the dual choice endings you get for this side mission, but I just think the nuance of the character from the last game makes this feel like a little bit of a letdown. I'm gonna try to make this one as brief as possible, but Campaign for Disarmament sucks ass. And I know there's gonna be those people in the comments that are like, oh, Big Nut, actually, I don't mind the tank, but fuck you. There's 14 different segments of this side mission, which means 14 different tank battles, and the last like 2 or 3 have 40 tanks at you. And this doesn't even involve the main mission where the tank battle- I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Occupy Gotham and Own the Road side mission in the same category for this, mostly because I don't have anything too different to say about either of them, but I do enjoy how they're a combination of stealth and gang fights depending on which one you show up to, and I just think it's a nice accumulation of what a Batman side mission should be. Next up we have the Perfect Crime side mission, which honestly might be my favorite in the game. As far as our challenge goes, it's easy to just fly around the city while looking for the bodies or listening to the music. I just think this mission's always stood out for how much creepier it is than the rest, and it's a pretty decent depiction of Batman's detective skills at work. It is kind of weird how he'll like find a ring in some lady's esophagus or some shit to determine who she is, but I still think it's alright. Plus the final boss battle isn't nothing too bad. It's not anything great, but it's just an all-around good mission. Now, even though the Perfect Crime might be my favorite side mission in the game, I do feel like the Line of Duty is actually the best one. From a gameplay aspect, it's your standard save the hostage situation, but I do enjoy the mix of gang fights and stealth missions depending on which hostage you have to save. And from a story aspect, I just feel like it has the best conclusion out of all the side missions in this game. So after you save each individual firefighter, you get the location of where their chief is being held at, and it leads you into what is, I'm pretty sure, the biggest stealth mission in this game, and so you know we had to go in there being as sneaky as possible.
Sorry, Batman. It's our city now.
Who the fuck do you think you are? The conversation that Batman has with the fire chief at the end of this mission almost feels like something out of the animated series to me. You learn that the chief was actually helping Firefly by giving him abandoned buildings to burn down, ultimately just so his workers would still have a job, but it brings up that question if what he's doing is actually right or wrong. So last and absolutely least on our list, we have the Riddler side missions, and I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm not capturing all the Riddler trophies just for this challenge. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I'll do his little racetracks, I'll save my girl, I'll jump through his little hoops, but I'm not going out there and collecting 200 Riddler trophies just so I can prove that this can be done. I'll tell you right now, it can be done. You can avoid the Man-Bat while getting all the Riddler challenges, I promise you. You're just gonna have to take my word for it, because I'm not going out there and capturing 200 Riddler trophies for like the 8th time in my life. I just don't want to do it anymore, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's it. Riddler can stay underground for eternity for all I care. He can rot down there. I don't care. Anyways though, that brings us to the end of the video, so you in fact can avoid the Man-Bat jump scare throughout the entire game. Here's my most wanted progress in case any of you want to question that. I do wish I never saw Man-Bat during that Azrael portion of the game, but it is what it is really. If y'all have any other sort of challenges, let me know down below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Leave a like if you enjoyed, it definitely helps me out, and yeah, keep it poppin', pussies.